And it is morning. We are day 2 on doing this bag. And am I becoming a bag lady? I don't know. I did pretty good on that sewing caddy. That's kind of like a bag style type of situation. And I'm making progress on the Sophie bag, so who knows? I mean, I'm more like the quilt queen, but hey, maybe bags are in my future. I just got a thing saying, now live on your channel is the pastry queen. I don't know. That's some kind of notification. I could see notifications coming. I am super tired. I have been up since 2 a.m. this morning, and I need my glasses because I'm just seeing blurry. So let's try some glasses, reading computer glasses. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Sherry. So yeah, been up since 2. Honey woke up and not feeling well, and then he went right back to sleep. I didn't. I'm awake. I was in my bed working on my family tree. I am working on an ancestry tree. I don't know how to say it, but I'm working on a family tree. And so I was doing that for about 2 hours, and then I decided to come up into my sewing room. Oh, I guess more than 2 hours because I didn't get up here until 6. Oh, or 6:15-ish. Oh, you will need a nap. Yes, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to go to work at this point. I was like, do I finish this bag or do I go back to sleep and then wake up and go to work? And I opted to come up to my sewing room because I wasn't quite asleep. Plus, I don't want what Honey has, so you know what? I'll stay up here for a little bit. So what did I do while I was up here? I was reading more about this bag situation, and I made a video on how I did the straps. Again, I watched a lot of people making the straps for this bag. For me, it wasn't working with my brain for whatever reason. And I had to sit there and think, and I thought, let me try how I do my economy binding with my heat pins and all that kind of stuff and all this other stuff. So it worked out great. I didn't need the double-sided tape. I didn't need the hem tape or anything like that. I didn't need my glue stick or white glue. There's been so many ways I saw this done. So yeah, hopefully I will upload that and you will see how I did my straps because it's a 2-piece process. I did not show how to top stitch it. I did show you where I clipped it and how it was ready to be top stitched, but after the video here, I top stitched it, and you can't even see the top stitching, so that's pretty good. And so there we go. So I have these are ready. I put on excuse me, I went ahead and put this strip on, this strip on. I decided not to do the chicken fabric because I already had this cut out. So chicken fabric will be for something else. So I have this, I put this on. Then the directions said to stay stitch all the way around. So I did that. And then I trimmed using the first line of stitching, which it said. Here, what I did is I used scissors. I started using a rotary cutter. I was like, this looks a little dangerous. So I just actually use regular, really sharp scissors. I really wish I had these bigger because these are way too small. I need these bigger. I got to figure out the brand again. Oh, there it says. It says, oh, that's what she just told me. Karen Buckley Scissors. Pat told me that yesterday or the day before. So that's what these are. These are Pat. Okay, so maybe a Karen Buckley Scissors. Maybe these come in different sizes. Now I'm going to have to look them up. Hi, Linda. So, yeah, so I use that to get in here. So I've done that. So now I think I'm ready to actually construct the bag. So we left off with now having all this done. Cut it, stay stitched it. Now we're going to go to assembly. This is the scary part for me. It says fold tote bag right sides together, lining outside. So here we are. I'm going to fold this, lining on the outside. Okay. And then it says Using a 1/2 inch seam allowance, sew the 2 long side seams. Okay, so I'm gonna clip. All right, I'm gonna clip this. And I'm gonna come here, and everything is lining up pretty good. So that's positive for me. All right, so I clip this, and it says a 1/2 inch. So now I've got to figure out where my 1/2 inch is on here. That's 1/4. So let's measure. That's the best way to do it, is just to measure. And let me grab my tool. I'm going to grab my tool and some tape. So this is the center line, and I need a 1/2 inch. Oops. So this is, I'm just using a regular measuring gauge. Hi, Katie. Oh, you're still up, honey. You must be exhausted. Hi, Rita. Okay, so this is a 1/2 inch. So my 1/2 inch goes to this line right here. I see it. Oh, I see it now. It's right here. Oh, it was right in front of my face, the marking. But hey, we'll use this. The marking was right in front of my face. But here we go. Here's the 1/2 inch. Oops, trying to get thread in there. Nope. Come on. It wants to stick to everything, my fuzzies, everything. Okay, so there it is. There's the 1/2 inch mark. And you know what? I'm going to just come here from the feed dogs. It does not hurt, right? Here we go. My feed dogs. This is the 1/2 inch mark. Right there. And go from my feed dogs to right there. And let me see. I probably don't have to be this precise, but you know, might as well since you're here, since I have the gauge. All right, there we go. I did that. I don't know if that was necessary, but I did it. Oh, you guys copying each other. I'm going to stay awake to get lunch and then come home and take a darn nap. I need a nap now, but I'm going to finish this. I've been awake since midnight, and me since 2. I'm still watching your playlist, Lori. That's cute. All right, so this is a 1/2 inch, so here we go. Oh, a minute. It seems like a 1/2 inch is excessive, but hey, what do I know? And then I'm going to go on the other side. And let me see, because is this a 1/2 inch? It is. Well, it is actually just a little over on this spot, but this is 1/2 inch. It's good enough. Here we go. All right, so we've got the 1/2 inch going. I woke up yesterday at 2 a.m. and cannot get back to sleep. This is just too much for me. I'm just not sleeping, but honey did wake me. Okay, it says right here, fold one of the bottom raw edges towards the side edge, centering the side seam. What? This is where I'm like, huh? fold one. Oh, I see. Okay, bottom edges. Okay, I see what they're saying. But shouldn't I finish this? I feel like that should be finished off. When are we finishing these things off? Oh, here, note. Interior seams may be finished by stitching or serging or pinking. But you do this at the end? Why would you do this at the end? Why wouldn't you pink them now? Wouldn't it be easier? I mean, wouldn't this be easier to serge or zigzag now, I feel? Okay, my bag makers, I'm asking you now, because once this is put together, it's going to be a little bit harder to, I think. But, you know, what do I know? I'm not, oh, I see. Maybe not, because maybe you have to press this open, maybe? It doesn't show me what to do with this. It says from fold one bottom ridge. Doesn't tell me if I should open up this seam or keep it closed. What do you all say? That is exactly why I rarely read directions. I make things based on what the photo looks like. Okay, so Mona was on yesterday. I guess I should have stayed on. Too bad I had to go to work. Let's see. Show. Open the seam. Okay. Press open. At least that is what I do. Okay. So we're going to open that. And that looks about centered. So we'll put this here and this here. So would you, though, do the edge, would you serge the edge now, though, while this is nice and flat? Or what would you do? I mean, I've got this open. Okay. Here we go. It's being a little fussy. Okay, let me read. Open it. Yes, because it would be, yes, too bulky otherwise. Okay, so would you, so now this is the next question. Would you finish this off now, this edge now, before I do anything here? Would you finish this off now on each side? Or would you finish this off all the way down till you hit the end and just not do anything? You're going to need to cut the ends off, right? I usually make my bags so they have hidden seams, but you can just put a zigzag on this. So you would not do that now. Well, what it says is, it just says turn tote right side out and then binding. It says, note, interior seams may be finished by stitching, serging, or pinking. Doesn't say anything about cutting these any more than what they are. If you serge before the corners, it will be too bulky. Right. So my question is, do I just serge these individually? You know, like when you have clothing, you can serge these here individually so that you could still have an open seam. So you could still open the seam. But you know what? That may not be good for like the structure of the bag, maybe integrity. Maybe it is good to serge. I don't know. I don't make bags. Maybe it's good to sew this edge. And then when you get here, just leave that open. I don't know. If so no corners. I mean, this is the two bags I've made, they also had the hidden, this was hidden, this was not exposed. So now I'm like really thrown off by this being exposed. And I don't want this to unravel. You know, I don't mind if it's serged. That I don't mind so much, but I don't want it to unravel. Part of me wants to sew this. See, the crazy thing is part of me wants to sew this all the way down. So you do that. But if you do that, your bag can split. So that's not good. Correct. you would make structure of the bag less on the sides. The bottom of the bag usually needs a corner taken out. Well, the corner is, it's the way they did it is it when you cut it, it's you have the corner out. I usually do mine like a lining. It is a quilt as you go bag. You know what? Because I think it's going to be hard for me. I think I'm gonna just take this because, like you said, this has to be open. I think I will just do each side so that they still open, and then we'll figure it out after. Because you can't get to it if you don't do this now. I don't know how people get to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you. I'm just gonna do them individually, and then we'll figure it out at the end. I don't want it just peaked at the end. There, because like you said, it makes sense to open here, right? To make your corner. But now I have this at least finished. Try, because I'm thinking, how am I going to finish that with that corner sewn in already? That doesn't seem like that would be a fun thing to do. Maybe I'm giving myself more steps than I need, but at least let's see. Let's see what you all have to say. So this is a box corner. Yeah, you're going for work, even though you're not feeling well?
I have to go get that heart test today, right now.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Love you. Good luck. All right. They got to get, okay. Read it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even say my hellos this morning. I got right to this. So we should go all the way back because I need to say hello to Melanie and Sherry and Linda and Lori is on here. I'm sorry, folks. I was getting myself all caught up on this. Rita and Katie. And did I miss anyone? Here we go. Not sure who else is here. Yeah, I'm still up. Let's see. I'm going to stay awake. Oh, wait, we read that. I'm going through everything. Message held for review. Okay, show. Let's see what this says. Tammy is going to wake up to a zillion pics. I just watched Crafty Witch. Okay, I woke up yesterday. I got that. This is exactly why I read. Okay, did that. Sorry, folks. Just sure why he's calling me. He knows I'm on a live. You are going to know. Okay, so here we go. I usually make my bag so it has hidden. Yeah, we did that. I'm sorry. I'm way back. Correct, would make structure of the bag. They're box. Yes, these are box corners. Quilt as you go. Melanie's leaving. Bye, Melanie. I don't really think it's going to matter. That's going to be a sturdy bag anyway. Well, that's good to know. Sometimes the instructions are done by someone who never actually made the bag. Good. Okay, that's good to know. And good morning, Deb. All right, so I just went ahead and did this to make my life, I think, easier. I'm going to keep this open like you all have. You have all recommended, because they did not tell me whether to close, put it to a side, or open. We're going to go with open. Okay. I'm going to go on this side and do this before I completely go to know, I guess I should have paid more attention to them actually putting the bag together, because I've watched other tutorials on this. Why is this not going down? And I don't remember this step, believe it or not. I do remember Shabby Fabrics lady saying to pink it, but that's it. Good morning, Cindy. All right. So you're seeing me doing something, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but we're gonna go with it because it's what makes sense to me at the moment. All right, there we are. So I have these. I'm going to open this up and do that open seam like you all suggested, because that was definitely what everybody suggested. So we're going to go with it. It doesn't tell you in the directions. I'm going to open up this bag and put this in the center. Now this says use a 1/2 inch seam allowance to sew. It says pin and sew bottom to side edge using 1/2 inch seam allowance. So we're going to do that. We're going to go for it. Here we go. Oh, 1/2 inch seam allowance. Hello. I'm doing 1/4 inch seam allowance. Let's go back to where we need to go. My brain wants to go to 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch all the time. Should I be reinforcing these corners? My guess is maybe yes. Or do we not worry about that for this? Then it says do this for both sides and then turn the right side out. Okay. Well, it doesn't hurt to reinforce it. There we go. I'm gonna do it. Why not? All right, so now we have that. And I'm gonna fold this down like that. All right, so here we are. We have all these here. I have this finished, that finished. This is not finished. Guess we'll just go in here and finish it. We're going to make this up as we go because they're not really telling you much. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to finish this seam as well. Just in case, little extra. That is absolutely gorgeous bag. Thank you. So we have that. Okay, so now I am it gives me nice crisp corners. I will say that. I'm getting nice crisp corners. I don't know. Maybe it may become a bag lady. I don't know. I'd say here, we'll just take that and be done. Use it as a nice big basket. No. Okay. So we have that. What else do we need to do? It says turn tote right side out. So this is what it looks like. This is what I have so far. Okay, now it says binding. Sew binding strips together to form one long piece of binding. I've got that here, okay. Fold and press the two, so you just make it like you do a quilt and using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So we're doing this as we do a quilt, okay? And then the next is strap construction, which I have a video I just made on how I did it, not how it's supposed to be. So there's many different ways. Many different ways I saw that people did this. Some people did this to here, turned it over and made sure that they got it and caught it in the back. Some people put this on the back and brought it to the front and then top stitched it. So it's really up to you on how you want to do it. I'm not sure which is the best way to do it for a bag, but it does give you a nicer finish like this. But I do have issues sometimes of catching the back. Oh, what to do? What do you all think? I want to go off to the side so people don't see. Oh, but you don't want bulk because you do need to go in here 5 inches, I'm pretty sure. I saw in a couple videos. Let's see. 1, 2. So it would go here. And putting, yeah. Let's maybe start it there. Let me start this here, I think. Let's see what you have to say. I would do it from the back and bring it forward. That's what I thought, because then you're guaranteed that you have it, right? All right. So let's go here. And now I need to change, oops, I need to not do that. I need to change my foot. Any other? Nope. Okay, we're gonna go for it then. Here we are. Oops. I just started doing something else. Here we are. Now this, they're saying you're going to do this 1/4 inch. So we're going to go with that. This is not as terrible as I thought this was going to be. I actually have another tote. I have a lot of things from June Taylor, actually. So, like these kits, because they came in all kinds of subscription boxes when I used to get subscription boxes. So I think I'm going to start pulling them out and actually get them done. Maybe that should be a goal of mine. We'll leave the ones that use the zippers maybe last. that I'm petrified of zippers. I want to say scissors, but zippers. So, all right. Any more thoughts on this? Let's see. Let's go do a life science question. As soon as caterpillars hatch, it's A, coils up into a tree branch, B, starts shedding its skin, or C, starts eating. As soon as a caterpillar hatches, does it A, coil up into a tree branch, B, starts shedding its skin, or C, starts eating? Okay, so now on all the things that I saw, everyone did a this one. So they had the bag here and they pressed and finger press and to join them like this, which I've done that on quilts. I don't do this often on quilts, but I've seen it. And they finger pressed. Starts eating, C and C. So they did that. They opened it up. And I've done this before. Why am I acting like I've never done this before? I've actually put a pin going right across. That's easiest so I could see this here, and here is the other one. And this has the pin here as well. I should have left more of a tail. All right, and then you put these two together and you fold this up. They said this is the hardest part, is doing this, because you have to, I should have left a bigger tail. I didn't. There we go. What the heck did I just do? All right, I may have to just, let's see, before I lose my patience on this. This is where I had the line is there. And this line, where did I finger press this line? Let's do it again. The tails need to be longer. I know that. There it is. So this comes here. And this one comes here. Alrighty then. Here we are. I've got it. I just needed to be a little patient. And, you know, sometimes my patience wear on me. Okay, so now we need to make sure I'm on the line. And we are going to close this up. At least I think we're going to close it. No, why did this do? It's on a straight line. Let's go. Now my machine wants to act up. It just wanted to do a zigzag, and we didn't even have a zigzag on. Okay, so does it start eating? It is, let me see what it says. It is C. It needs to store lots of energy so it could turn into a moth or butterfly. So yes, it starts eating. All right, so I just did that, and it's beautiful. It fit perfect. You know, I needed just a little bit of coaxing. All right. And there we go. That's my last bit. So now I'm going to come in here and sew that in. All right, so now we have that on, and what do? It says turn and stitch in place. So we're going to turn this now, and we are going to stitch this in place. So I'm going to start where I started before. And stitch this in place. Now I am going to put my needle all the way over as far as it could go, just so that, oh, you know what? I have actually coordinating thread for this. Let's see what looks, you know what? The white's probably going to blend in better than the dark thread I have. The dark thread I have that I use for the straps is going to be maybe too dark for this. Well, anyway, this is a practice bag. I'm not going to go stress out about it too much, even though you know I'm stressing. Yeah. You probably are all laughing because I really, truly, I'm like a fish out of water right now. This is not my go-to thing. But I will say it's actually, it's kind of nice. It's different. That's what it is. It's different. And sometimes you have to do different things. Like right now, I've collected stuff to make a fidget quilt. Yes. So I have had a fidget quilt that Linda has sent me and a fidget quilt that Jessica has sent me, but I need more because we have a lot of kiddos who need it this year, a lot more than the average, but I want to try to make it. So I am going to, I have all these things. Teacher gave me a bunch of stuff that they had some sensory toys for me to add on to it. So one morning you're gonna wake up and we're gonna make a sensory quilt. My very first one. Let's see. We're doing a fabulous job. It's not, I know, I have a pattern for that. Hi, Chloe. Good morning. Oh, the binding is on. The binding is on. Yeah, this is so much easier than trying to figure out if I got it in the bag. Okay, so there we are. My binding is on. I'm happy with it. So there we are. We have the binding. This is all done here. So the next, it says, and we have the straps. So strap construction is done. Now we have place strap ends upside down on the tote with short ends facing tote opening. Position 5 inches in from outside edges and align short edges with the bottom of the binding. Stitch strap in place and close to the interior. So I watched this like 3 or 4 times from Shabby Fabrics, and I still couldn't understand what she was doing. I think I get it. It's saying, I know, that's why I remembered the 5-inch. So I'm going to get some chalk because this is pretty dark. So let me get some chalk because chalk will come off easier. Let's see. Wait, do I have a chalk pen? I may have a chalk pen. I think I have a chalk pen from one of those sampler things. Yes, here's a chalk pencil. Okay, here we are. We have a chalk pencil. So we have these two things here, and it says to go in 5 inches, right? And it looks like this is where this strap, and it has to go this way, right? Because when it goes up, you want it decorative. So 5 inches. It looks like you place this here, and then it says underneath, and I don't know if you can see, it says align short edges with the bottom of binding. So that's the bottom of my binding is right there. You know what? I'm going to pin because those clips aren't long enough to go where this wants it to go. Okay, so there's that. And then you come around. I guess I didn't need that. And it looks like you come in here and go 5 inches again from the edge. That's 6. This is 5. And pin there. Let's see. Yep. So that's what it looks like to me. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. What do we think? I made a video for creating a fidget quilt. Yes, you did, Jessica. I actually shared that one out. That's what I'm going on. My inspiration is going on watching you all do that. But now the fact is I've got to actually do that. So good morning, Jessica. All right. So that's what it says to me. Then it says stitch strap in place close to the interior. Oh, close to the interior webbing and batting. Oh, so that's here. So I'm putting this, I'm stitching this down here because this is where the webbing and batting is. Okay. We shall see if I have any luck with this. Do you want the underside up so it will correct? Yeah, you want the, wait, hi, Teresa, you want the underside up so it will be correct when holding, right? So when this is like this is the front. It should be like this. But I have to stitch that. And I'm only going to do one side at a time. You know what? I'm not going to go crazy just in case if I get this wrong. So it says where the, right, it says where the stitch strap, and wait, where does it say again? Stitch strap in place close to the interior. So this is the interior of all that stuff that's in there. And she said you don't want to go where it is. I try to do a lot of my homework on YouTube before I try something new. I try. So now I'm thinking you would do this, right? You would want to backstitch this because I remember that she backstitched. She says, oh, a couple times, and my honey actually counted. She goes, he says, she backstitched there 5 times. It's so funny. All right, so we'll go there. Good morning, Barbara and Lisa. That is how most folks put it on. I do not do it that way, just that like her one piece and go clear down the sides for heavy loads. Oh, yeah, Andrea, I'm not versed well in bag making. So I think I'm going to just stick with whatever this thing says to do at this point. I'm definitely, whether I become a bag lady is, I'm moving this. It's still up in the air. Though I do have all these tailor, whatever, these bags, all different kinds. I gotta do them. I have to just get out and do them. There we are. That went faster now that I'm not so there we go. These, well, they fold quite nice. Look at that. This is exciting. Okay, then it says turn strap up and top stitch all the way through all the layers near the bottom folded edge and at the top edge. So then I'm working one side at a time. This is maybe, I'm going to go grab my other, I feel like this should be sewn too, right? No, but they don't tell you to do that. Okay. Well, we'll go on this side and we will measure in the 5 inches that it calls for. And I didn't need my marking tool because I could just put this right next to it like that. And hopefully these match on the other side. And they do. Aha, they do. Look at me go. Well, here is the end of this. So maybe that would be better. Okay. And then I come over here and measure 5. And then put this strap this way. And there we are. When I was going through my family tree, I was going through I was going through both my grandmother and my grandfather. And it was funny because I do know, right, this some. And I'm like thinking to myself, oh, this must be a different one. And then I looked, and on my grandmother's side, her brother married my grandfather's sister. Because now she's on both sides of the family. How crazy is that? I had to look at that twice. I was like, what is going on here? So yeah, so Rosa is on both sides with the brother because they married. I guess they're not related, right? Because it's my grandmother's side and my grandfather's side, and my grandmother and my grandfather are married, and I guess their siblings married each other too. Interesting. It was very interesting because I did not know that part of that history, and nobody is even running, and this is on my father's side, so I can't wait to talk to a couple of my cousins to see what they know. Also, the one sibling I know has a different name that keeps popping up, and I can't find what we call that sibling. I'm not saying names because, you know, I don't know if my family wants stuff out. So I'm going to call my cousin to find out, is your mom's name legally this? So that I know that I have the right person. So that was interesting. Yeah, that's like going down a rabbit hole this morning. I was way deep in the rabbit hole. I got as far as if I've got my information right, going through the records. It's amazing how there's records for everything. Um, yeah, I have to make some phone calls today to make sure that I have all this info right, but I'm pretty sure I do. It's kind of exciting. I mean, I could have been quilting, but I was tired. My body just didn't want to really get up and quilt quite yet. Okay, so we have our straps, and now we are going to put this on. Let's see. You just have to do whatever's easiest for you. Hi, Nikki. Good morning. My hubby has two brothers that married two sisters in his family. And my mother's sister married my dad's brother. I have double first cousins. So that's what I think is going on. And so I have to connect, well, with the one, we're connected. I just have to make phone calls because I was very confused about, because it showed my grandmother's siblings, and there was one sibling I didn't see on there, but there was a sibling name I've never seen. So I think it's the same person. I just think that I just never knew her legal name. And my father's impossible to search. My father's impossible to search because the records are so messed up. His military, I can't find his military because his birth and all that has this information, and then I started finding information that had my dad with a middle name. I didn't know my dad had a middle name, so now I got to start calling up family and asking my mom, because I don't have my dad's birth certificate, if he had a middle name. But it all corresponds, and there's like three people with three names that my father goes by, but with three very, I'm their child on all three. My mom's their spouse in all three. The birth date is the same on all three, but the spellings of the first name isn't. So I can't proceed with my dad because the records are all screwed up. Oh, yes. Yes. Same guy 6 times. So good morning, Rebel. So it's an interesting. It's just, oh wait, I can't do that right now. I have to change. It's just ciphering through everything has been quite interesting. I mean, they had like down to a manifesto, like a flight manifesto. I don't know. They had where they went through. I don't know why they went through Ellis Island when they came here from Puerto Rico. That confuses me because we are U.S. citizens, believe it or not. We have to remind people that. And yeah, so like one of my grandparents came on something called the Caribbean Airline. It gave me the manifesto. It showed me their name, the flight number, the flight, the date of their flight, and the day of the registry. And then on my other side, so one was something Caribbean Airline, and then the other one was TWA, Transatlantic Airline. So that was very interesting. And maybe that's just how they did it way back in the day. I'm not quite sure. I'm just getting into it right now. But I just thought that was kind of cool that you can get the day, the time they left, the flight number. That was super cool to me. I was like, wow. Let's see. Hi, Boopy Boys. How are you? I know you have a name and I forget. In my tree, there was a man who had a second family with the same names as the original family, the different birthdays and conflicting moms. Was a trip to sort out. Well, there may be that situation too. There's a situation I can't figure out on one side too. There's two women's names, but they both have all the siblings in that's correct. So that's a logistical nightmare right now. I don't know if it's the same thing where they were born with the specific name but then used another name. Yeah, well, we were in the mountains of, yeah, it's a very small village where my grandparents grew up together, clearly, because everything comes back to the same little town. My grandmother came back from Puerto Rico to Hawaii way before statehood, and not too long after the death of the Queen. They had a unique family history. Hi, Regina. Some local libraries will allow you to access the premium ancestry if you do the research in the library. Oh, that's good to know. I may have to do that. I had a free trial, and so that's what I was working on. Now, I don't know if this is going to go through all the layers. You know, she said something about changing your needle out. Let's change our needle out. This needle is shot anyway. I'm going to take one of my long arm needles, aka leather needle, for this. Machine quilting needle, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people recommend 100. I only have 90. But apparently if you have 100, this makes this easier. So we changed out the thread. Now let's change out the needle. Again, I'm putting a 90 in. They don't tell you anything about needles, but some content creators told me that they use a needle that's whatever 100 is. Why is it not grabbing it? Oh, because I don't have it on right. There we go. Nope. There it goes. Okay. So we're going to go with that. I want to know, because this is actually, you guys are giving me a lot of good information that has nothing to do with this bag. I know a lot of international records are locked behind a paywall, and it's pretty expensive. I got to the Family History Center at my church and used their logins. I have a Mormon member, and they gave me free access to all the resources and ancestry, and you normally have to pay for. I wound up using my DNA matches to track down the identity of my grandfather. Well, I'm still waiting on that. So this is like they said, play on this free whatever trial, free trial while you wait for your results. So that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting on results. I hope this doesn't break my machine. She said that this takes a toll on your machine, and to take it slow. Let's see. GED match is a reliable source as well. Okay, well, thank you for giving me all this information. I just started this morning because I got a notification that they got my sample and they are working on it. This is a lot of bulk. Okay, I'm gonna tie that off, and then I'm gonna cut. Let's see. Wow, I have Singer Industrial Machine, that thing. Well, that's what I said. You know, when I was thinking about this, I think that any of my Singers I have would probably go through this like butter. Those antique ones, they're no joke. I have used them to make the rugs. Okay, so that's strong, but it says to put one across the bottom of this. So we're gonna put one across the bottom of this. and see what happens. All right, so we have the first one on. Could I get this ready to go to work in today? Maybe, because I think all I have to do is this and I'm pretty much done. And this wasn't as painful as I thought this was going to be. Honestly, I did think this was going to be a little bit more painful. I'm excited. Wait till we see that. There we go. Look at that. I got that done. All right, now we are going to do the next ones. The hardest part really is trying to relax, breathe. Tell yourself it's going to be okay. For me. You got this. That's the kind of stuff that I need to. You are the best cheerleaders out there. Oh, that's not good. Okay. All right. This is what made me so scared about doing this. This exactly. This just stressed me out. I mean, I guess can't do much more than what nothing is tangled. It says the thread is tangled. Okay, breathe. Let's go. I'm going to use this. See what I've done. Nope. Okay. All right. Something happened. I don't know what. Maybe we should go to, like I said, my antique. Is it the needle? Let me see. Yeah, the needle. Okay. The drama. They're fine to me. Well, sometimes that thing gets a little. It's making a noise I don't like it to make. Let's see. Well, if I got this sucker out of time, I better make sure I pay for my new machine today. Okay, and I probably won't be making bags on it because now this thing has got me terrified. I'm making bags. I don't know what I've done. Oh, the needle. You know what? Look at that. That's the needle. It's the needle. Okay, that made me feel better. I just saw the needle. The needle was bent. Okay, here we go. Let's go for a new one. It's my last one. I'm going to have to put more on order. I used to get them at Joann's when they had them on sale. Okay, well that's good. That threaded good. I have my foot off because I wanted to make sure that this was fine. Okay, let's try this one more time. I don't know, maybe I should go to my other one. details. Let's see. Okay, we're doing good. We're good. We're good. After I just had my heart attack and I'm red and I'm hot. Whew. Okay, back to being brave. Do you have a high shank or a low shank machine? Yeah, I'm not sure what I've got. I think no, this is a low shank. I do know. This is low shank. Dios mío, por favor. Cuídate. Sorry, I had to get the Puerto Rican blessing. Oh my goodness, was checking the prior check. Cool combo. Yes, it is very cool. There's so many new last names to me on that too. Ay, Dios mío, pero ¿qué pasa aquí? Okay, I'm going to my other machine because this machine is giving me achata. Everything is up. I don't know. It doesn't like whatever is going on in here. It does not like it. It's like green eggs and ham, Sam I am. I do not like it. Let me see. It's fine. What is its problem? Okay, let me try a different strap, and that's it. It's not bent. I just checked. I'm going really slow. I'm putting it on the slowest thing I can. Hi, Christine. Take a deep breath. I know. Oh, well, I can keep sewing, Rebel. I have so many vintage machines. I have this on the slowest setting. I don't know why it was doing just fine. And then it started losing its mind. Like right now. It hits something and it doesn't like it. And I don't know, and I'm not supposed to do that, but I have to get this up. Let me see. See, I always worry that it's the needle, but it's not the needle. It's picking everything up. You know what? I'm going to do this on my Singer. We've got this pretty much done. I need to walk away because I'm going to start cursing in Spanish here. So I need to take a break. I need to put myself in timeout. So here we go. I've got that. It turned out gorgeous. It's super cute. I did this side with no problem. I don't know why. It's the law of almost finishing up is what's going on here with it. Sewing machine. So I'm going to just take this off to my other machine. Porque esta máquina, right now I have a few choice words for this machine. Vintage machines, yeah, we're just going to go for that. Try it without your walking foot attachment. Hand walk the wheel. It's so pretty. It is. Cute bag. I love it. It's not going to, you know what? It's not going to stop me from going to make these other bags that I have because I have a lot of these from the subscription boxes. I just can't do it today, and I can't do it on this. I think when these handles come on, I need to do it on my vintage machine. That's what I've decided. Because actually, the process of this, as much as I was stressed out, now that I've done one, I feel like I could do another one. And let me show you the next one, because I am going to do it. I just can't with this right now. All right, so I have, this is my June Taylor pile. You ready? Curious, Santa, did you have those fabrics or was that a full kit? No, I did. These fabrics were scraps from my African prints that I had, and I'm working on another project which you guys don't know about yet, with a couple of content creators. So we're gonna do a Black History Month craft or project, but I'm working that aside. So I had bought these. They all did come from Africa, from a designer here in Massachusetts who makes beautiful shirts and dresses. I wish I could afford to buy her stuff, but her cheapest, I think, shirt is like $400, and her dresses are like $500, $600, $700, $800, up to $1,000 when I went and toured the artist's mill. And I bought scraps. She gave me a bag. She said, fill them. And I think it was $20 or $25, but everything was small scraps. And I just I cut for this project that I'm doing. And then I had noticed I had some things that I could make into strips. And I remembered this bag. And I said, oh, I'm going to do a bag, a June Taylor bag from my Advent box. And I'm going to use these scraps. So that's where I got them from. So that's where that came from. Norma, good morning. And Sherry. And so, Raven as well. So I have this. Oh, where's my other bag? This is the other bag. This one I think came from a subscription box, and it uses 50 to 60 charm squares. And the pattern is printed on stabilizer, perfect for charms. So I have that. So I actually, from my Creative Notions box, I don't know, a couple months ago, I got bee fabric to make EPP, HIJK, LMNOP, hexagons. I don't know what you call it. English paper piecing. I wish that I started doing the Stronger Together. I know. So we're doing something. It's myself and two other content creators. And so we're doing that. So I got bee fabric. Yes, bee fabric. I just can't get off the bee fabric. It's hard because the mini charms I have is a bee fabric. And I think maybe I have some other mini charms. But anyway, I have that. And then this, okay, so I have two totes. I have this is a strip mug rug. And this one is pot holders. And then this has zippers. These terrify me. This is a terrifying craft. But I know you were doing it every year. I did it 1 year with you. Did I do 1 year or 2 years with you? I can't remember. I have the one that's hanging downstairs in my kitchen right now. So it's called this one's called the Strippy Zipper Pouch Kit, and this is called the Crafty Clutch Kit. And they both have these zippers. And they're giving me angst and agita right now. But I will get there. I'm just not there. So I think after doing this, I think we'll do this one. And yeah, I think I'm just going to pull out. But no, this is perfect for charm squares. Oh, charm squares, not mini charms. Charm squares. Oh, didn't that look like mini charms for a second to you? I thought that was mini charms. Okay, so I have charm squares. I got lots of charm squares. They were sent to me. Ooh, do I have cave charm squares? I think I may have some cave charm squares. Hi, Mona. Yes, you missed my meltdown. I put myself in timeout because my machine was not behaving when I was putting on the straps. So I'm on a timeout and walking away right now. I'm walking away, and I'm showing you what I'll do later on. So there you are. I finished it. I'm going to do another one. It's going to be this one, but I realize it's not mini charms. It's just charm squares. So I'll pull out something. So I'll do that, and maybe we'll do this, and we'll maybe do that. I don't know. I probably should should do this because you all have helped me tremendously. Tremendously. You all have tremendously helped me on this project. So maybe you could be my cheerleaders on one of these two projects. And hopefully I won't have to put myself in timeout. So anyway, I've got to go. Everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself and pass it forward. I'm actually, before I go to work, I am going to use my vintage machine because this one is in trouble. Naughty machine. And I am going to stitch this on my old Singer. Good old reliable Singer. So everyone take care. If you don't mind on your way out giving me the thumbs up, I would also appreciate it. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.